Hey guys, Long Haul Larry, Big Blue. And Johnny the Chicken. We are actually empty already in Shawano, Wisconsin. Chicken load went good. Everything came out good. And it is March 20th, 2019. Sorry for a delay in talking here and stuff. Watching traffic so I can get out of here. I'm in a huge hurry. Alright, I recorded coming up. I ended up stopping at Van Vert yesterday. And Jeffrey was the subscriber's name that was supposed to, that wanted to meet me and stuff. But he had to work, and so he sent me an email and said, man, I had to work, I couldn't come down. And so so that's cool, that's fine. I'll be there again sometime, so we'll meet up. But I left out of there and ran up and did all my back roads and ran up through downtown Chicago last night, got all up here, and I went to go to make the video, and something seriously happened to it. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know what was going on, but it was like, there was no sound. It was just a really loud buzzing noise. It was really weird. Come on, dear. It was just really loud. And I don't know. So lost all that footage, no big deal. But I can tell you let's see, I'm trying to remember the bad dad joke for yesterday. The bad dad joke from yesterday was, from the 19th, was a blind man walks into a bar and a table and a chair. Get it? You can't see. That was the joke from yesterday. I actually remembered it. The bad dad joke for today, for March 20th, is, why is Peter Pan always flying? And the answer is, he never lands. Get it? Get it? It's never, never land. But we are all empty up here. Everything went off good. Bills got signed. Lumpers got paid. Larry's taken off. I'm actually unloaded. I got unloaded almost an hour early, which is really, really good, because my next load is actually picking up in exactly 1 hour down in Little Shoe. And it takes me about 55 minutes to get there. And I can tell you right now, if you are 5 minutes late to this Nestle place, they'll still take you. But they'll park you on the side, and basically if you are 5 minutes late, day shift will go, oh, he's late, and they won't touch you. And they'll just push you off. They'll just let you sit there. And then when night shift comes in, I think it's 4:30 or whatever, then it'd be like, oh yeah, there's this guy out there needs to get loaded. But he was late, you know. And so they push you off, and so then you know, I'll be sitting there until 7, 8 o'clock tonight. So we got to hammer down and get down to Little Shoe. My GPS is actually showing me getting there at 1:55 p.m. But I always make up a few minutes on the GPS. Things going on. I got some exciting news. I have had a lot of people sending me, emails and everything else. Come to California, why don't you come to California? And a voice said, I won't come to California. California don't like truckers. Well, I might actually be coming to California. I have to be out there on the 29th, just south of Los Angeles. I have to be out there for a little business meeting that I got to take care of. And so I have to be out there anyways. So I've given the option. This kind of just all came up. And so I kind of gave the option to the boss, and I said, hey, you either have to get me home by this date so I can book an airplane to get there, or otherwise, if you want, you can book freight on me and get me to this area, and I can take care of this, and then, we're both making money instead of me being off as much. So he's checking into it and seeing what he can line up and seeing if he can hook up some freight to make it happen. If he can't, then I'll probably just end up I told him I don't care, I'll fly out of Maryland or I'll fly out of Wisconsin, whatever, but he's just got to let me know. So he's working on that. So I might be coming to California. Me and Big Blue might be coming to California, but I am definitely coming to California. So I'll let you guys know when that's coming up. I actually think I'm going to be pretty close to America's backhoe. America's finest backhoe. He is a subscriber on here, and he's actually sent me a t-shirt, which I actually have on right now. I'll have to show you. I'll have to spin the camera around when I get the little shoot. I ain't got time for it right now. But he sent me a t-shirt for his trucking company, and I've had it on here a time or two. But I believe I'm going to be actually pretty close to him. So that's cool. I get to meet up with him, and anybody else down in that area. I'll be there for 2 days. So we're heading on down to Little Chute. We're gonna pick up this load, and this load is actually going out to Maryland. It's gonna be going out to Laurel, Maryland. You guys been there with me before. It's the Nestle place out there in Laurel, Maryland. It's the place where John got us all in trouble for recording. So we're not allowed to record there anymore. One thing I noticed, boy, the snow sure has been melting around here. I mean, there was a lot of snow here just a week ago. I don't know if you can see it or not with the camera, but over on the left, that field there is just flooded right now. I imagine there's a lot of areas around here that are pretty flooded. Another quick thing too is I'm gonna try to do something on this video. I don't know if I'll be able to accomplish it or not. I've said before, I'm technically not very inclined on things. I'm technically deficient. So trying to figure out things and stuff on computers is a little difficult for me sometimes. But I have I want to do a poll. right, so I'm going to try to insert a poll on this video. It's going to be like a questionnaire poll. And what it's going to be about is I have this contest going on for this hat. And I've had a lot of people that have sent me messages that you guys would like merchandise. You guys would like t-shirts or hats and stuff like that. You know, Long Haul Larry, Johnny the Chicken, you know, stuff like that. And I have looked into some of that stuff. And I just really have not found a good deal on it. But I'm thinking about doing something. And maybe doing some merchandise type things. So that we offer to you guys. Now, I don't know price points and all this other stuff. That'll be all later. I'm just looking into stuff. But see, like this hat that everybody, you know, I've had a couple comments from people saying, hey, this is like a really hard and really kind of rare chance to win it. How about offering a hat for sale? You know, I bet there's a lot of people that would just like to buy one. And that's cool and stuff. I understand all that. Oh boy. But you know, I understand that and all this stuff. But the problem is that that hat, the first one that I said, no, that thing was $24.99. It was $25. This one is $28 that I'm giving away. That's how much it cost me from the Kenworth place. I mean, they're a pretty expensive hat. They're, you know, copyrighted and sell them at, you know, this Kenworth place, so they're pretty expensive. So they're a pretty expensive hat to buy in the first place. Then I put the decal on there, and that's like $5 to put that on there. So let's say that's $30 for the hat, but then I still have to ship it too. So now we're looking at like $40 for this hat. There's not a lot of people that are going to buy a $40 baseball cap. That's pretty expensive. There might be a few, but there's not going to be very many. And then the thing is that if I do say, okay, I'll sell these things, now I have to go purchase a bunch of these hats. I have to do the decals, apply the decals, ship these things and everything, and do all this running around spending all this money. And, you know, I can't charge $1 for my time or doing all this and my expense of doing this because, I mean, you know, it's already $40. So it just doesn't make sense. That's the reason why. That makes any sense. But I have done some research and looking into some things, and I'm thinking about offering some t-shirts, you know, hats, stuff like that. And I want to know what you guys think. So I'm going to insert a poll right here. I don't know actually how it's going to work, but I'll give you guys a poll where you guys can click on it, and it's going to have 3 options that you can click, you know. Let me know if you guys would be interested in stuff like this. And like I said, I don't know prices. You know, I've seen mostly, you know, like t-shirts and stuff like that. They're like $18, stuff like that. It'll probably be right around in that same price range as what other, you know, all the companies are selling these things for. I'll try to make it the best deal I can. But we'll see what happens. But I thought I would just do a poll and see what's going on and see if you guys would be interested. So we just got to run ourselves down 47 here. I've already shaved a few minutes off. I'm looking at arriving at 1:53 p.m. I need to get that down to about 1:45. Just to make sure that I don't get held up at the gate or something and don't get checked in by 2 o'clock. So I think I'll see you guys out there. Bye. Well, guys, we are coming into Nestle in Little Chute, Wisconsin. It is 1:49 right now. Now I'm going to tell you that there was a rail truck that came through a light just back there. It's gonna be right up in front of me, and I bet you anything he's going in there. So he's gonna be at the gate, and that just might mess me up. We'll see how it works. Yeah, there's, I think that's him. Yep, that's the rail guy. So we'll see how many minutes this guy takes to get checked in. This will probably make me late though. Well guys, we're loaded up and we have ourselves 42,982 pounds of pizzas going out to Lower Elm, Maryland. And you can see here on my load scale, I have 37,000 by 100, 200 pounds on my drives. So we need to slide our tandems. Let's get to it. So the first thing we're gonna do is pull our pin. Oh, I'm sorry. First thing I'm gonna do is pull my pin, which is just right here. It's a little air. They're air pins. And then we got our right way load scale back here. I don't know what's going on because John said this. He made a video how this thing didn't work or something. I don't know. It works fine. I hooked up to the trailer right after him and it worked just fine. So we're showing about 31.5 on the tandems. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be 34, 34. All right, so what we're gonna do is release the tractor brakes. Got it in reverse. I got the pin pulled back there. You can see when I pushed in the tractor brake, it actually changed the weight. It's actually like 36.5 right now. Guy's got a low tire alarm. Or no, that's the gate. So now we're gonna back it up. I gotta release my pin better. It's pretty close to 34. But we're gonna give it just a little bit more. So that is right there at 34. It's just under 34. So I'm gonna pull my there. I'm gonna put air back into my trailer and then we'll go see what the weight is back there. You need to give this a minute for this the air to stabilize and everything. And we're gonna pull this. That is perfect right there. The camera closer. It is just under 34. So now it's actually right at 34 as the air is stabilizing. Okay, so I have to slide it now to get the pin out. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually pull it forward just a little bit. And that's gonna get me right, because it's just right on the 34. So that's gonna put the tandems back here just under 34. And I was under 34 on drives, so it'll even out. So all I gotta do is just slide it back just a little bit. So all we're gonna do, so you can see where it is right there. See, it's just under. So I'm just gonna slide it forward a little bit. Now we're gonna check it. That's right there at 34. All right, so we got our pin pulled. And you can see right there, it is just below 34. It's like 33, probably 33,800. There we go. All right. So we got ourselves a fully loaded truck. Yeah, I know that you get a kind of a grace with the APU. You get 500 pounds and stuff like that. But we still like to get the numbers good, so when we do roll into the scales, we're not over. If we are over, they're going to pull us in. Even if we do have an APU, they're still going to pull us in. Well, there we go, ladies and germs. We are cleared by Nestle Homeland Security. It actually was really fast. That whole load took about 45 minutes. And I double checked the weight when he was back there checking my seal. I popped underneath there because you need to check that on a level surface. And so I double checked that when I was sitting back there because it was a little bit more level, and it was right about 33,700. It looks like on this load scale, and I'm about 33.7, 33.8 on my drives. So, and I have 3/4 of a tank of fuel. So the whole tip about it is make sure you have less fuel than I have now when I get to a scale. If I stop and fill it all the way up, I'll probably be overweight. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta make phone calls. I gotta call the broker. I gotta call my boss. There's something I'm working with the boss right now. Some plans. And I need to call a broker and let her know I'm loaded and do all this stuff. So I'm gonna let you go. I'll probably see you at the house. I know coming down here, a lot of you guys are gonna be like, why did you let the camera keep rolling? Same thing. I'm making phone calls today like crazy. I got a lot of plans that are happening at this moment, so I needed to like make all kinds of phone calls, and I still got more to do here today. So I'll catch you guys probably at the house. Hey guys, we just came on a 151 heading to my house, but I'll show you something interesting. You see this hill in front of us? That hill goes all the way around. It actually ends right up the road on 41. And it continues going north from here too, right alongside Lake Winnebago. This was left over, this was from the Ice Age and stuff. And Fond du Lac is actually right on the bottom of a very large fresh lake. It's called Lake Winnebago. It's a really shallow lake. I'm not really sure if this is exactly right or something. Somebody's probably gonna correct me. But really, I think the deepest spot is like 15 feet or 18 feet or something. It's really not that. That's probably wrong. But it's got really shallow parts, like out in the middle and stuff. So I've actually been water skiing out there, and I'll go water skiing and you'll wipe out and you'll be out in the middle of the lake, and all of a sudden you just stand up and you're right on the bottom of the lake, and you'll stand up and your head will be above the water. There's some spots out there, it's only 5-6 feet deep. But it gets really rough too, because it's a pretty wide lake and real long, and the wind will come across there, and being so shallow, and it gets pretty rough out there. You go out there and it'll be nice and calm, and you'll be out there fishing or something, and then the wind picks up a little bit, and I mean you'll be coming back in 2 to 3 foot swells, like, and it's a pretty good distance across there. I've been out there before with like my kids and stuff in a boat. So I start seeing white caps, and we start heading back, and it's just like lay down on the floor and grab a hold, and we just beat the waves all the way back. But it's a pretty good sized lake. It actually has a problem in the wintertime too, because it freezes over, and because it's so shallow and it has so much movement underneath there, the ice actually shifts, and you'll take a snowmobile across it. Up here north, there's a little town called Pipe. It's Pipe, and we would go in there. We'd coming down on there, the snowmobile trail, and we'd come onto the lake, and we'd be like, "Oh, let's run over to Oshkosh," and just straight across the lake. And it's only, what'll it take you, 10-15 minutes or so? You just open up the snowmobiles and fly across, right straight across the lake. But the thing is you'd run over there, have lunch or whatever, and you just drove over there, and then you'll be like, okay, let's go, turn around, go back, and we turn around and come back, and you could follow your exact same trail coming back across, and Austin, you'll come up to what's it's called an ice shelf, and the ice will break and it will bump against each other and it will push it up, and you'll be driving along, and Austin, it'll be like a 1 or 2 foot like shelf of ice sticking up in the air, and you won't really see it till the last second. It's really dangerous. There's been people that died out there and stuff, just flying across the lake, you know, throttle wide open on their snowmobiles doing 100 miles an hour, and then wham, right into an ice shelf. And there's also a lot of vehicles and stuff and ice shanties and everything that fall in out here every year. There's always somebody that falls in. But this is Lake Winnebago. It's pretty good walleye fishing and sturgeon. There's a very, very big sturgeon spearing season that happens here. It's a big thing around here. Everybody's got their ice shanties, and you make sure all the windows are covered up, and you're sitting in there in pure darkness, and then the whole floor, you make the ice shanty so the floor kind of opens up in a big hole, and you take a chainsaw and cut a real big hole, and then you just stand there over top of the hole in the ice with a spear, and you got to sit in the dark like that so that you can see down in the water, and you just sit there and stare down in there, and these big sturgeon fish will just come underneath there and swim right underneath their hull, and you basically just see their shadow. And these sturgeon, they get big, and then you just spear them, pull them out. And some of these guys, they pull these sturgeon out of there 4 or 5 feet long. It's pretty big. It's like a prehistoric fish. It's real spiny and bony looking and stuff. Hey guys, look where we are at. We're at the house. I actually cannot back in here all the way. I'm actually a little bit scared just backing into the driveway, to tell you the truth. It's kind of got like an asphalt type driveway, but it's like a pea gravel mixed in with a sprayed on asphalt. It was put on years ago. But it gets pretty soft out here, so. Actually gonna have to do a pull-up. Everybody always says, hey man, you can really back that thing in there. Yeah, I've done this like thousands of times, but that time I got a little boogered up. I cut a little too late. But I am, you know, really heavy, so I can't back all the way up. I gotta stay right up by the house. If I go off this asphalt pea gravel stuff, this thing will just sink right in. So it's like right right there. That's about as far as I can really go in there. The rest of it back there is just kind of old, pressed stone, and just kind of dirt, gravel mixture, but I wouldn't dare going in there right now. So, I think I'm going to let you guys go. And I'm going to mess around, do a few things around here. But I hope everyone is having themselves a great day, great night as they're watching this here video. If you are not, then we can certainly try that all over again tomorrow. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.